Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about yet another topic, which is always a little controversial. Or in other words, people don't like hearing the truth. It's come to my attention that people don't understand the real effects of discipline, nor do they understand what disciplining actually is. Some people think that, if you abuse your child, it's still considered discipline. No, it's abuse. There's a pretty thin line between abuse and actual discipline. Shoot, you could discipline a child and it could turn into abuse. However, what I'm going to be talking about is discipline in the black community. It seems to be lacking. It really does. Especially with this generation of how it's turning out to be. We're getting a lot more ignorant children. And not ignorant in the fact of, that's just the way how they feel, the way how they think, the way how they react. No. Ignorant to everything. Ignorant to their own potential. Ignorant to the fact that they hold the key to the future. Ignorant to the fact that they are the weight of the world. But yet they rather act a fool. And I'm not just talking about whites or blacks or anybody. I'm talking about everyone. In the United States, at least. I can't vouch for the rest of the world. But that's not saying much, seeing how the United States really is the center of all corruption in this world. Sadly. That's another video. But talking about discipline in the black community, we have these children running around, acting rugged, which is fine. Hey, they're kids. But then there's a thin line between, okay, they're kids and now they're just acting out of spite. Now they're being very rebellious. Rebellious to authority, rebellious to their elders, rebellious to everything. Teachers, education. That's no way to grow up. They grow up, where do they end up? In jail. Because there's a saying, if you don't discipline your children, there's someone else will. Like, someone's child decided he wanted to go and rob a store, just take a couple things, food, some money. He gets arrested. You didn't discipline your child. You didn't teach him that was wrong. You didn't stop him. But now he's being disciplined by someone else. The system. Someone's little kid comes and acts a fool. He wants to try and mess with you. He starts bothering you. He starts hitting you. What are you to do? He's a kid, right? But his parents should have taught him better than to just go and hit people, hit strangers, even. Then once you give that child a whipping, you're in the wrong? No. That parent should have been the one to teach him that it was wrong. Or else this would have never happened. Look at the root cause rather than the effect. These events, these things that are going on, starts with the previous generation. The ones that are supposed to leave their future to. You don't see every black person acting this way. No, not when they're young. But it also depends on the crowds that they hang around. And then look at the ones that they hang around, the ones that are bad. And then look at their parents, how they act. You see there's a strong resemblance. A lack of discipline, a lack of respect. Not just for others, but for themselves. Is what brought that to them. Is what brought it on them. See, a lot of times when I acted out, my mama whooped my ass. Telling you. Hey, look how I came out. I came out fine. Doing pretty good myself. I'm not acting wild, acting a fool. Not out there slinging dope, as some people would try to put it. Disturbing. Discipline is not something to harm your kids. It's actually to build them. If you don't discipline your child, then you don't care about them enough to stop them. You don't care about them enough to actually put them on the right path. Oh, but whippings are cruel and brutal. They're child abuse. You know, that's exactly what some people say. And those are the same people that are either stuck wherever they are in life, or those are the same ones whose children are running around, going to parties, drinking, smoking, underage as well. Ones that are disrespectful, rude to them, that don't respect their authority, don't respect their words. It's just a phase. It's not just a phase. It's the way how they grew up. It's what they became because of them. Because of the parents, the ones before them, their predecessors. Discipline your children. Because you don't want to have the phone call, oh, someone knocked out your child, or someone laid a hand on your child, or someone hurt your child. Why? Because you didn't discipline them to let them know. You didn't discipline them to let them know that what they're doing is wrong, that they shouldn't do it, or they should avoid certain situations, rather than be the cause of it, to put themselves in that situation. That's all I have to say. Moral of the story, discipline your children, because you honestly do not want to get that call. Shoot. It doesn't matter what age they are. It doesn't matter if they're a minor. A lot of adults out there, they don't care, because they're just as ignorant as that child. Discipline your children. Teach them what's right. Put them on the right path. Until next time.